Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today I'm going to put together a video that will demonstrate how a French drain works. We're going to do it 3 different ways. We're going to use the old field tile, which is a 1-foot section of concrete or terracotta pipe. We're going to use gravel perforated pipe. We're also going to use a new product from NDS called Quick Drain, Quick Flow, Easy Flow. And what that is, it's perforated pipe surrounded by styrofoam, little peanuts, and it's all wrapped in a fabric. But first thing you got to do is dig your trench. And if you'll notice, I've been working on this trench here. Maybe you can get some idea of how deep it is. This is a good depth. We're about a shovel and a 1/4 deep, so we're probably down there about 14 inches. The deeper you can go, the better. But what will determine that is where you discharge. This is a garden bed that we're going to clean up. You can see the stone, it's an old bed. We're going to redo it. We've got plenty of fall as it comes out there, but we still need to drain the area. So as you're digging, you can see here's 1 shovel deep, but we've got to go much, much deeper. So you come back through, pull it out. Remember to work backwards. You'll also notice that I've got all the dirt on the same side of the trench. Try to keep your area clean. It's a lot of cleanup when you put it all back together, especially when you're digging through sod. You could put tarps out. We found it's easier just to rake it all back as long as you get it done in one day. After you dig back a few feet, rocks down there. After you dig back a few feet, sink your shovel in, use your body weight. Just push against it. Scrape it up, lift it out. Now we're at the proper depth, but it's actually 2 shovels deep. 2 times I've been through here. You can see I'm just scraping it out. So we'll continue digging this out. Then we'll bring in our materials, we'll lay it out here, put the hose on it, we'll see if these systems actually work. Doesn't take long. So back in the old day, they used to use concrete or ceramic tiles, and these are 1 foot long. You can see these are old ones I pulled out of an old footer tile around the basement. Let me bring you a close-up. You can see they're just concrete pipes, and what they did was they just butted together down in the trench. As water floods up through the trench, enters that seam, and then of course it comes out the pipe and is carried away. I can remember the first time I came across field tiles was cleaning an old septic tank drain field. I dug it up, this was back in the 70s, and I saw these pipes. And I thought, oh great, I found the pipe. I exposed the pipe and found that they were just 1-foot sections. Made it very difficult to clean because if these are offset, the cable could come out that hole as you try to clean it. So a great system years ago, still works today in many homes around the country, down in the basement, the footer tiles, or in an old farm field like this. These things work great to take away water. Let's lay one out, take a look. Down in the trench, this is what it looks like. They simply laid these flat, and then the next one set right beside it, and they just butt together. And they ran these all the way through their system, and they work just like today's gravel perforated pipe. So basically you could put soil over it. Of course they learned to put some type of aggregate, underneath and on the top to help that water flood up and into the pipe. And it really works great. Let's go ahead and pour some gravel over this so you can see how well it actually works. I'm going to lay one more tile back here. Then just gravel by the bag. And I'm just going to add the water, right here so that you can see what happens. A lot of the water is going to come through the gravel, so here's our simulated rainfall. And I'm just going to stick it down in the gravel so I can come over on the camera and zoom in on that for you. Oh yeah, you can see that water come right through that pipe. Let's zoom in on it. Can you see that? It's coming right through that pipe. Let's take the GoPro over there and take a look from the inside. You can see it just comes through those seams in the pipe. Water floods up and comes right into the trench. Works really well. So today, let's simulate it with today's material. This is thin-walled PVC. You can see the holes on the bottom. We're going to put those holes pointing down, because water does not come this way, it actually comes from the bottom. We're going to cover this up with gravel, and we'll simulate how this would work. This works really well both for a French drain in your yard and also along the basement perimeter, the inside or outside footer tiles. But it actually we found that it works absolutely the best in a crawl space, because gravel comes to grade. As water comes through that foundation wall, it just comes right into the system, floods up into the pipe carries the... So here's our simulated rainfall. Pretty good rain. We should see that water come out of there in just a few seconds. It should flow through the gravel first, but we should also see it come up into the pipe. Let's go ahead and stick it in here. Just let it flow. So if you look again at our simulation here, let's zoom back out, and you can see we've got a garden hose running into the trench. That water fills up the trench. Then it comes up through the gravel into the holes which point down, allows that water into the trench, and the water is carried away. What a great system. So with our GoPro running, we look inside the pipe and you can see it coming in those holes. As that water floods up from the bottom of the trench, it enters those holes and is carried away. That's why the holes point down. If the holes were pointing up, the trench would have to fill with much more water in order for it to get into the pipe. And you can see that water comes up through the bottom of the holes, through the bottom of the pipe into the holes, and is carried away. Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're going to do a test with this product here called Quick and Easy Drainage Solutions Easy Drain. And this is a product from NDS, and you can see that it's styrofoam surrounding a perforated pipe that has a fabric sock on top of it. And the manufacturer says this has a 30% better flow rate than gravel. So we're going to give this a try, see how well it works. I've already dug the trench, you saw that. We're going to go ahead and lay this in the pipe, or lay this in the trench. Step it down in. Next we're going to cover it with gravel, or excuse me, with dirt, and we're going to stick a garden hose on it, see what kind of flow rate we really get. So we're going to cover this up just like it would be in your yard. Next we're going to simulate the rainfall with our garden hose. We're just going to start adding water to it. Basically I'm just going to let it run. Stick it right down in here. So if you look carefully, you can see that water flowing right through that pipe. It's filling up the trench, flooding up into the bottom of the pipe, and it's being carried away by the pipe. Let's see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. There we go. So yeah, the peanuts, the styrofoam, they work pretty good. We'll let that run for just a minute so you can see the actual discharge. I'll put the GoPro in there and take a look too. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.